Oh, hello there. I did not notice you, but my mind was otherwise occupied. Me? I'm Jasmar Klax. Surely you've heard of me. My exploits are known throughout the realm. You? I have no interest in you. You are of no consequence to me, and I'm far too busy to exchange banalities with someone like you. I am off to a very important engagement. Tonight, I'm going to an evening of opportunity at the States of the Undying 2. I have traveled throughout the known world exploring, documenting interesting items, and procuring specimens for my collection, and Cameron and Kaylin are as interesting as anything I've ever seen, and well worth the effort of getting an invitation to their party. It was really no trouble at all, and truth be told, some of these things that they are auctioning off could be use to me. But that's not my true purpose in going there. No. I imagine that is not anyone's purpose. There are several very curious minds that will be there, and they are all very interested in Cameron and Kaylin and how they live their lives in such an unusual manner. Those secrets are the true prize tonight, and anyone who can manage to have possession of them will find themselves as rich as kings. Or perhaps just as powerful. I imagine for one such as yourself, this is all very exciting. All of the intrigue and secrecy is bound to fill the imagination of all sorts of possibilities. But I assure you, this is not your business. You ought to stay away, for this banquet will be a feast for wolves, and any sheep that wander in will find themselves gobbled up for dessert. And I, Jasmar Klax, will be the wolf that sniffs out the secret of the Undying 2.
I'll look from, like, the compasses, clearly not going into this mansion.
No, not right now.
Over. Yeah, I guess I'll go in.
Okay.
I don't know if this gothic thing would give me heebie-jeebies or not, like the gothic theme of the mansion.
Yeah, it's like, I view it as like there is some flora and fauna and stuff, but a lot of it's like dark greens and
Black
grays and gray. Yeah, it's just all like, ugh.
Yeah. Oof.
Moss covers the walls.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to look out for because the entire place is getting creeps. You know, it's like, ugh.
It's weird that this is in the adventuring district.
Yeah.
Feels like home.
Is it mid smack dab, or is it kind of on the fringe?
It's on the fringe between the adventuring and park. It's just, it's like maybe a block into the adventuring district.
Okay.
So it's still, some people are like, oh yeah, it's kind of still, you know, the park influence kind of, because probably some buildings, you know, on both sides have more of the architecture and feeling. Yeah. So next you go with them.
Reluctantly.
Yeah, Dr. Starcher opens up a very large, you know, door, and it's like,
Oh, he does that?
yeah, sure, why not?
No, he makes that noise?
No, he does not make that. That's what the door makes. Yeah.
It's interesting that it was unlocked.
I mean,
The one
everyone's
unlocked-
going in and out.
I know, and the one unlocked door in the whole town.
Jeez. Well, we didn't open it, so.
Exactly. Dr. Starcher walks in, and it opens up to this like really big great hall. And there is a very large, like, grand table with some chairs and on seats on both sides.
Right as we walk in?
Yep.
Right immediately into the banquet hall.
Yeah, you walk right immediately into the banquet hall.
Wow. Bad design. Vez doesn't like it.
And there's chairs on both sides, and there's a good amount of people already here. When I say good amount, it's counting you 5. There are 16 people in here. Or counting you 6 with Dr. Starcher.
There's only 10 other people in here? Oh,
so
no.
as you walk in, you see the half orc that you've described before. She comes up to Dr. Starcher.
What was her name again?
Kaylin. She walks up to Dr. Starcher, and she has this like small clipboard, and well, she's 4'2", so it's easy just to see over.
I can't see it.
Well, most people could see.
What is she half of?
Amber told her Amber said he was the half orc that's like
She was
4 foot.
Yeah.
Probably half dwarven and orc is my guess.
Yeah.
Roll back for a second, be like, Dr. Starcher starts walking in, and it's like, this is your time to be like, what the fuck are we going to do, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
What the fuck are we going to do? We just
I
going
don't
to roll
know.
up in this place and try to find the crystal and leave, or are we going to...
Somebody needs to bluff our way into this shindig.
Well, that's someone who can bluff.
Who, what, me? Oh, well, me.
I'll tell you what, I ain't partying. I ain't dancing. Last time party we went at, I had to watch my girlfriend get fucked.
No, you didn't have to.
You went willingly and sat and watched patiently in the corner as Count Sacula, as another Count Sacula. Are we going to be assault, occult, deception, social, stealth, or transport?
Probably deception, it feels like.
Yeah, I feel like.
Because you're lying your way in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody feel like we're going to end up fighting eventually?
Yes.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're probably gonna have to murder our way out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to bite through someone's neck. At least once.
You mean, when you say eventually, you mean like...
During this thing.
10 seconds.
immediately.
Yes.
Do you think we will, or do you think we can avoid it?
I would love to avoid it. I would love to avoid it.
I
never avoid
welcome
it.
death.
I think we're gonna make one insensitive comment about this half-orc site.
It'll be
gonna
all
be
on.
Everyone will draw blades and we'll be like, oh, okay.
And then we'll invent a new faction we've offended. The,
Yeah, exactly.
the Half-Orcian Society.
Well, this is the 10.
This is the 10.
And they're all half-orc.
Deception, I
We're
think,
thinking
right?
Deception.
Deception.
Sounds about
Deception.
Deception's about right.
Yep.
right. We've already got entry, so to speak, because we're about to be let in, so we don't have to worry about stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Deception's about
Yep.
right.
I mean, the only other thing would be possibly social, but
I'm not giving it a try.
Social.
Lure, trick, or manipulate the method of deception. What is the
Unless
me-
somebody's here who I know from Goblin Night School.
Yeah.
No.
Like your professor?
Yeah. Is this my professor?
No.
Damn
don't
it.
think it's your. No, let's go. All right. So what's your deception? Like pretty much you're saying, oh, well, we're on the list.
Gosh, that's a good question.
I think their deception is hiding our intention to steal the
Crystal back?
crystal back.
Is that
or take
legit?
Crystal.
Our deception is we should be
Because
using
right now-
Hevox like he needs to research ghost stuff and he's looking for equipment to do that and you're highfalutin I don't know.
Yeah.
Social, I don't know.
I'm
somehow.
disappearing into the shadows.
I
the
do
minute we walk in
legitimately
here.
spend my spare time
Yeah.
scientific.
So, like,
definitely probably have something to
okay.
be interested
So I've lied myself into being a professor of goblinology.
Yes,
Right.
and I'm a goblin that
And
you
you're a
study.
goblin, and he's a goblin, and he's a scientist who legitimately wants equipment.
And he's a goblin wrangler.
It could be my bodyguard.
Oh yeah, it
pretty
could be
good.
a
I
bodyguard.
gotta keep those goblins.
All right. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
It feels like it.
Feels pretty fucking bold.
Since you're walking right, hey, what's up? So that's 1D on top of your 1. Does the plan's details expose the vulnerability of the target? Not
Unlock
really.
doors.
Oh shit!
What?
I should have been getting +1D to consort when I gather information on a target.
Wow.
I mean, I think in both. I think I rolled a 5 at one point.
Yeah.
And you advanced the clock.
Right. I'll give you another die
Yeah, just
for
at
this.
some point.
No, for this for
Oh, okay.
engagement. That'll be your friends in contact.
But, okay.
Pretty much because you can be like, oh, Star Tree. So you have 3 dice right now. Does the crew have any abilities? I don't think so.
Hold on. Don't we get 1D to entanglement or engagement?
Entanglement.
Just letting you guys remember, as our crew, we have veteran, Forge in the Fire, +1D to resistance.
Yeah, you should
nice.
all make note of that.
And we also have everyone steals. Each PC may add +1 action rating to Prowl, Finesse, or Tinker.
Yeah, we already did that
We already did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
at the beginning. All right, so remember, you all have +1
resistance?
for
resistance.
resistances. And what's your guys' loads? This is fine to be like, oh, I actually was wearing blah, blah, blah kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if I'm going to be played off as a wrangler, I won't be heavy. So
Okay.
it seems like I'm actually
Sure.
Or
prepared
bodyguard, one or the other. I
So,
don't know.
so I look like I'm good for that job. Yeah, so I'll be heavy, and that makes me fucking able to carry a lot of shit.
Yeah.
10?
I'm going to do normal.
Yeah, about 10, yeah.
Normal.
10, it is 10, yeah.
I'm normal.
Yeah, I think normal's fine for me.
Okay.
I mean,
And normal is 7 with our...
Yes, correct.
+2.
Yeah.
If I'm heavy, you guys want me to carry the
Amulet.
Amulet.
part of the amulet? Or,
Yeah,
Yes.
sure, for sure.
or was it I carry just the one? And then,
It can break up into
loads.
2 load.
Yeah.
You can spread that load any way you want, so you could carry both 2, or someone else
I
can
can
carry
carry
1.
both 2, and I still have 8 slots left, so no big deal for me.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
I go normal.
Okay, so everyone else is normal. All right. Who wants to roll that 3D?
Not me.
I'm scared, but actually, you know what? Let John do it. He's rolled well tonight.
Yeah,
That's
but
when we
go for
curse it.
3, right?
3.
6.
Nice.
So you guys walk in really quickly right after George, like the door goes
Yep.
ka-tunk, but you open it right up, and you see in front of you, like kind of already described, of a very big kind of banquet room. There's this long table, 7 chairs on each side, a chair at each end of the table, and there is this short half orc that is actually talking to Dr. Starcher right now, and she's looking on this kind of clipboard kind of thing. She's like, you see her like nod, like, oh yes, good. And you walk up Iora, and you're much taller than her, and you can look over and like see all the names unchecked.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yes, I'm Dr. Clangley. That
Yeah.
happened to line up. And what are the names of everyone else that they are taking?
Oh, because I can see all the names,
Yeah.
and I can just be like, oh, yeah, that's so-and-so, that's
Yeah.
so-and-so. Oh, God.
Or people can pick their own names, but
They don't have to be doctors, right? They
no,
can just be
no,
whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Does that mean I finally have a last name?
Possibly. What do
This
you
is,
want?
this is the person you're impersonating to get into this party.
Topher Vermilion.
Nice. I'm Horse Blackladder.
I was actually thinking to myself, I wonder what it would take for to actually be on the list for real.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they really are selling scientific equipment.
Yeah.
It's something I might really want to.
You could just be you. You got sick, so it works out. So it's kind of up to you, and you better have a story then for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I maybe my name really is on the list.
Okay.
I mean, if they send it out to people who they think will buy scientific equipment, I might have been.
Or they are willing to pay to, see what they're doing and talking science, yada yada.
Sure.
Okay, so Hevok's really on there.
And you don't even have to know that you really were on the list, right?
Right.
It's kind of word of mouth.
Word of mouth, yeah.
So maybe no one had just worded his mouth.
So yeah, IR, you're like, you see Hevok actually on there, you're like,
What? Okay.
I never opened my mail.
Gareth Gallows. I'm not going to think hard about this.
so you guys enter in and you see Dr. Starcher sit down. Kaylin comes and introduces herself and, check, checking off the box and everything.
Yeah.
And she motions like, please sit down. This is Kaylin, the half-orc.
Oh, yeah.
Please sit down. And there are 5 empty seats at this long table.
I sit down.
Which do you sit? So what you see?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit.
Cameron is at let's say at the north. To his right is Reba Moira, who is a
Moira.
half vampire. Then across from her is Jazz Marklax, which is a tiefling.
Vampires are actually.
I will sit by the other tiefling.
There is no open spot, but
Sir, across from the tiefling.
caddy corner. Then Starcher has so you sit. So Tim sits between Reba and Starcher. Then he goes on the other side across from Tombs is Camber, which is a human. There's an empty seat between Camber and Lyra is a human. And across from Lyra is an empty seat. That's where Vez sits.
Yes.
I see here.
Vess sits next to, in between Starcher and Bill. Across from Lyra. Straight across from Lyra.
DeMarco sits between Camber and Lyra, which are both humans, both female humans. Vez sits between Starcher, which is a male human, and Bill Thorson, who is a gnome. There's 2 empty seats left. One is between Bill Thorson and Archer Haribo, and Haribo's a halfling. And then it goes Lyra, which is a human, an empty seat, then Orion Creamer, which is an elf, and then by the elf is a dwarf named Sonia Blue.
I wonder if I should have sat down or stood.
So where is Dr. Clangley and Topher Vermilion sitting?
I forgot it was Topher. I kept thinking Thomas. Topher kind of wants to excuse himself and go to the potty. And then rob the shit out of this place. But...
Banquet starting. Let's eat some crackers.
That's a banquet. Crackers.
Okay, who is below Bill?
Archer, which is a halfling. So you'd sit between a gnome and a halfling.
Oh god, that sounds annoying. I choose the other one. I don't even care who it is.
I sit down and go, you got any guns on you?
No, sir. I do not have guns on me. This is a place to do research, not to kill people.
I'm so glad to hear this.
This is like prime opportunity to just like talk with people and whoever and get information and yada yada yada. So right off the bat, as you guys sit down, Cameron stands up. He's like, "I'm glad you're here today for to join and talk of scholarly pursuits and to enjoy food and of course talk about studies and buy some of our wonderful equipment. We'll eat first, and then we'll do the rotation throughout the rooms to look at the equipment and begin the bidding process." And he kind of claps his hand, and invisible servants come through and start putting food on the table.
Invisible servant.
What kind of food is put in front
I'll
of me?
lean over to Bill and I'll say, "Could you hear what he said? He was very mumbly."
What's put in front of you? I don't know what's put in front of you.
Well, we definitely know that there's bullet in front of
Yeah,
us.
so there's probably a lot of bullets.
Well, but there's gotta
Soup
be,
and bullet. Yeah.
gotta be like an appetizer
Yeah,
course.
there's probably, it's probably
tartare.
multiple. It's probably a 5-course meal.
It's all boulette related. So the first one,
If we would have walked around long enough, we would have gone to the salad store.
Yeah. We would have had a better dinner.
Boulette tartare for the first
yes,
appetizer.
delicious. I pulled out a toothpick and Eddie
That's
kept
toothpick. All right,
that way.
let's do the first one. So bullet tartare comes out. wants to start talking, or shall I start talking to someone?
I would like to introduce myself to my fellow tiefling.
So catty corner. So yeah.
And who is right beside me?
Reba, which is a half
crush.
vampire, and Starcher, Dr. Starcher, who is human. And across from you is Camber, who is a human, and then catty corner is Jaz Marklax, which is a tiefling. And then catty corner to you as well is DeMarco.
And whoever to my right is to my right.
Dr. Starcher.
I will introduce myself. Is that the doctor we just ran
Yeah.
into? I know him.
Okay, so
Fuck you. I don't need to know you.
Is this table plenty spacious, though?
yeah, it's big enough for you.
Yeah, okay.
And beside Starcher is...
Vez
And on the other side of me?
is Reba, which is a half vampire.
I will introduce myself to Reba. And then beside Reba is the...
Is the Cameron.
Yes, I will introduce myself to both of them, since I know the people on the other side.
Yes, Reba's like,
This Tatar is Sakula.
can you taste the blood in it? It's sushi great.
Say sushi great.
I am Reba Morio. Who are you?
I am Hivok Morris. And you study...
I study spirits.
Oh, that is very interesting.
Yes, as being touched with only probably a partial spirit. Who knows? I'm always interested in what else is out there beyond this plane.
And the tiefling I will introduce myself to also.
Okay, Jaz Marklax is a male. And it's like, how you doing? I'm Jaz Marklax.
And I will also inquire as to his field of expertise.
I just do a whole bunch of research and stuff that I should be getting into. You know, I broke my bonds with supposedly my parents and masters or whatever. And now I go exploring and figuring out interesting things.
And I will relate that I'm fairly convinced that if you study bodies parts long enough, you can find the source of illness.
He's like, oh, I'm not into health stuff, but that's very interesting. I'll put it in my notes. And he brings out this binder that's bound in some kind of leather, and he scribbles a note. And then there's Cameron at the head as well.
I can introduce myself. I'm Hivok.
He's like,
I'm Hivok.
well, it's great that you could make it, Mr. Hivok. I believe there's plenty of equipment that you'll be interested in.
Oh, I'm very interested already.
Yes, and we do need the funding for additional research anyways. He kind of grins to the side of his mouth. He's like, I hope to spend some time talking with you later today.
Excellent.
I'm very nervous now because I realize I'm under a different name. I should not have put myself in front of Lyra.
Oh, God.
Idiot.
I know. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting.
That's your Lyra?
Yeah, probably.
He introduced me as Nux. I'll say that's a nickname if it comes up.
Yeah.
Bill Thorson, the gnome, looks to you, Ira, and they have on like black and red robes. They have their hair slicked back. It's not like super colorful like gnomes. It's just like blacks and grays and whites streaking through their hair and their
Freaking whisper gnomes.
and he looks up to you and he's like, I'm Bill Thorson, and who may you be?
I'm Dr. Glaxmar.
Langley.
Clangley.
Oh my god, you took Jack for our class.
Clangley, yes. I'm Dr. Clangley.
Clangley, you see, is that something to do with mechanics? He's like tapping his cheek and thinking about it. He's like, I know a lot of gnomes, but Clangley doesn't ring a bell. What do you do?
I see what you did there, Bill. Clang doesn't ring a bell. No, I'm a doctor of goblinology.
He's kind of like, he kind of like furrows his face and looks a little worried, and he like looks across the table at Nux.
Like literally next to
and
his
then
other
left
side.
his
Yeah.
face. He's like, are they your specimens?
Oh goodness, no! I Bill. The thing about goblins is people underestimate them. They are capable of rising to any level of middle society, and
Nice.
and I think a lot of people just sell goblins and goblinkin short because they have assumed they're just
Bug takes that as a
non-sentient
compliment.
monsters, but really they're just like you and me, only a little.
No.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Not like you and me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cut over to Vez, who's like shoving me.
Who's below me? I can't
Archer,
read.
Archer Haribo, who's a halfling.
Yes.
And then Orion across from you is an elf, and by Orion is Sonya, who is a dwarf.
Yes. I will address Orion. Orion Creamer, your reputation precedes you.
Oh, thank you.
I've heard of your many wives and husbands and your conquests throughout this land.
Well, when one wants to study relationships, it's best to partake in as many as possible.
I agree. Yes, that's a noble way to approach your work. However, as a goblinologist, I've chosen not to take that path.
Wait.
Goblinologist.
He kind of like puts a tartar in his mouth. He's like, I don't think you're part of my spawn, but I'll double check. But you do look slightly familiar. What are you involved with?
Goblinology. I'm a doctor of goblinology. I studied the societies of goblins.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about my other relations and
Sure.
my mind wanders.
Sure. Speaking of relations and goblins and the like, have you ever... there's a new facility that's opened in the Red Light District. Have you heard of it?
No, but usually I don't need to pay for additional relations.
Well, sure. Of course not. You're Orion Creamer.
Of course.
But as a man of wealth, you're certainly able to do such, and why this facility in the Red Light District will cater to whatever tastes you may have.
You're talking about Monsters Pink.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
like,
I am.
I just fucking realized.
Monsters Pink plug.
he's
Free
like,
advertising.
he's like, oh, really? Oh, did you study clientele there?
Never had an elf walk in the door.
Well, I've certainly done some field studies in that district, however, not in the same fashion that you may be thinking.
Well, what is this place?
That's called Monsters Pink.
He
yes,
kind of,
the dinner party name.
yes.
Yes.
He kind of like straight mouth nods for a second. I'll remember that. And
I know you're always open to new experiences
Yes,
as a man of the world.
Yes.
This would be a new one.
it would. Perhaps we should talk later. Maybe we'll be in the same auction room and we can
Hopefully.
talk about
Hopefully, yes.
relations.
Yes.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Does anyone else want to go, or are you going to talk to Sonya or what?
I was just thinking about how it's funny that Vez is sitting across from Lyra, but both me and Nux are on either side of Lyra.
Yeah, good.
Does she know you guys are
I think we've encountered her once.
in the same room? Would she know?
You
about the
have encountered her.
I
She's
think I
seen
encountered
you.
her.
She has
She
not
probably knows
seen
me.
the other
Yeah,
ones.
Although I'm hoping the Sherlock Holmes disguise really throws her.
You were dressed up as a woman, I think, the last time that she saw
Yes,
you.
you were dressed
Yes.
as a woman.
That's
Look
right.
at you using people's perception of gender to confuse them.
Yeah, isn't it neat?
Nux or DeMarco want to go?
Yeah, we're gonna wait for the popping off for me. I got a plan.
Okay, that's good.
I think
So what does Lyra look like to me? Like I look at like Camber, and then I look at Lyra. I'm like, what race is she again?
She's human.
Okay.
She's
Human. Yeah.
her hair's all burned off.
Yeah, she
it's
has an
starting to grow
undercut.
back. So it's kind of like a crew cut right now.
Oh,
Wait, why is her hair burned off?
She got exploded.
Is she like Two-Face right now?
No.
No, no,
Oh, that would have been cool.
She's just flipping a badger.
no. So and she's really like pretty well built. Like she's
Yeah.
not yeah. She looks pretty like stocky and built.
Okay.
And this, just to make sure, this is your mahjong rival?
Yes.
Okay.
She's human?
Yes.
And on the other side of you is Camber, who is a female human as well.
She like a professor?
Yeah, she's a professor.
Okay. Because I was going to say, Lyra don't look like a professor to me.
No, she'd probably be more like almost look like, she's probably dressed up as like an archaeologist right now.
Really?
Yeah, like more of like I would think, depending on what goes down, but she probably right now is dressed like an adventuring archaeologist. Like
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
is?
yeah, almost like Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk to any of them.
Yeah, I think Camber talks to you.
Okay.
So Camber, she's like, I'm Camber Ford, a professor of the strange. Who may you be?
Professor of the Strange. My name's Gareth Gallows. Unfortunately, I don't have any academic knowledge aside from my experience as a bodyguard / goblin wrangler. I work with the professor down yonder. I point at Iora,
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Clangley, and I'm kind of on the clock all the time with Dr. Clangley just because of the nature of his gobology, study of goblins.
Oh, that's quite odd. Usually it's only people of academics that are here, but this is the first to hear of a bodyguard. Are you taking care of emotions towards Vez and Nux? Are you taking care of those two?
Indeed I am. I'm here to keep an eye on those two and make sure things don't get out of the hand. You see, the professor's studies are ongoing, never stops, is dedicated to the cause.
Goodness, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little shy of goblins and...
Oh, don't worry about them. You had paid them no mind, and, as long as I'm here, everything will be okay.
Oh, okay. I may stick around you then, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's quite all right with me. And you said you were a professor of the strange?
The strange.
Do you mind clarifying a little bit?
Oh, yes. There's weird things that happen all the time around Mox Ferry, and someone needs to go investigate and learn about it.
God.
What was your most recent expedition towards the strange that you found fascinating?
Oh, well, there's a large explosion inside of a business stall, and I went down there. It was something to do with a portal and other explosive crates, and it turned out that portal went to another plane, and I had to study where they originated from.
You don't say.
Yes.
I was just to say something about
Did
Bigfoot.
you? Did you have anything? Did you discover anything about that, or was it casualties or anything?
Yes, there were, I believe, 3 casualties, but I learned a little bit about sealing portals during that time.
Very fascinating.
And have you ran into any nasty things that you had to take care of when taking care of emotions towards Vez and Nux?
Oh, you know how goblins are, but when it comes to me, it's just an everyday thing, I don't really find it too exciting, but I don't find it too dull either,
Yes.
I recently had to keep a goblin from stealing a bunch of meat once.
Oh, I would do say that one over there is ravenous with that bullet.
Oh, yes, they love bullet. They're practically crazy for it, And
Good to know. I think I'll save some for distraction if needed then.
Not a fucking dog. Jesus Christ.
So she studies weird events that happen.
Yes. Nux.
Okay, who are my cellmates?
So there's Lyra to your right, who's a human. Across from you is Bill Thorson, which is a gnome male.
Okay.
To your left is Orion Creamer, who's an elf that's been talking with Iora. And beyond the left of Orion Creamer is Sonia Blue, which is a female dwarf. And then there's, of course, Kaylin at the head of the other head of the table.
No one wants to talk to Lyra. It's all right. Leave Lyra to me.
Pretty much.
I don't really care about Lyra. I'm just gonna
Talk to Cream.
I'm gonna eat a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to retract inside my sack.
You can do that.
Okay.
And then look at the compass.
Okay.
See where it's dingling.
All right. Let's do our first roll.
Prowl.
Yeah, let's do prowl. Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be controlled standard.
That's funny.
Got a 5.
5. So you were trying to have it so people weren't seeing you? Or seeing what you're looking at pretty
Yes.
much, right? Yeah.
You know what he's
Yeah.
doing? He's like,
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
No, that's exactly what I'm doing.
he gets his head in there like,
This is when Iora should look over and go, as you can see, the goblinoids have very strange behaviors in social situations.
Yes, that's how goblins pray to their god.
well, that's really weird.
Yes, they're a fascinating study.
Well,
Specifically how bugbears.
I don't see. Yeah, the one to my left isn't quite doing that, but yeah, exactly.
Well, different tribes have different cultures. Goblins are a lot like hyenas or other wild scavengers in that they can go days without eating, but when they encounter a suitable meal, they will eat half of their own body weight at once.
I am eating a lot of meat.
Yeah, Nux, as you an extent. So looking at the compass, it is pointing not towards Cameron. It is pointing 30 degrees left of Cameron.
But not at a person.
No, it's not pointing at a person.
Like maybe a room or
Yeah, it's pointing
a
off,
direction.
Yeah, it's pointing off in a direction.
Okay.
So as you're like kind of unfolding, you notice that Lyra, she's like kind of looking over you, and she's like, "What were you doing? Do you have something there?"
Many pockets.
What are
Pockets on pockets.
What are in those pockets?
I probably couldn't hear Iora when I was in stack mode.
Probably not. No. Oh, you do have the amulets if you wanted to. Okay. Yeah.
Me to know, and you
To
never
find out.
find out.
Oh, I know how this goes. I am an adventurer, and I do love to scavenge. What's your name?
Ew.
I'm not used to
No,
people looking at me.
she's like, "What's your name?" Like in a curious thing.
No, it was a sex thing.
No, it was not a sex thing.
My name is Topher.
Topher. That's a odd name.
What's your name?
My name's Lyra.
Okay.
I go back to eating.
Tell me more about yourself, Topher.
Just pretend I can't hear. I do
You
that?
feel a squeeze on your thigh.
Oh.
Which side?
The one closest to Lyra.
You were like, who's Screamer? Who's squeezing your thigh?
Yeah, then you feel another squeeze on your other thigh.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna just look at Vez. No. Does Vez notice me?
Right, I have to go. Bathroom, be back.
And I very quickly like jump out of my chair and I'm gonna walk around until I find the bathroom.
Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, Vez.
Eaten.
Yeah, you're eating. You see Nux get up,
All right.
Jump up.
jump up, and
It's not
walk
get
away.
up.
Not unusual. I see Lyra.
Yeah, Lyra like kind of turns her head and like kind of turns around, and she has like a smirk on her, like a smile smirk on her face. But then she makes eye contact with you, and her face just goes flat.
And Vez's face is exactly what I'm looking at you for.
Yeah.
It's like squint
Would you-
eye and like a mouth full of meat chomping.
And who may you be?
Does she not recognize me?
Oh, she recognizes you. You could tell.
I'm Horace.
And pretty much what my face did. She's like, oh, and kind of turns her head to the side. Horace, you say?
Yes.
We're role playing today.
Exactly. I see. And what do you do, Horace?
Well, I'm eating meat currently.
She like puckers her lips, and kind of shakes her head, like, and she like closes her eyes and looks, like, opens them out at you again. And what do you do, Horace? For a job?
You do, Lyra, for a job.
I go on adventures and look for, and I dig up things that are lost.
Is this your real job?
Of course, I'm an archaeologist.
When?
For as long as I can remember.
Since you were born. Are you a baby?
No.
Adventuring?
Are all goblins this literal?
Explain literal?
Yes, it's been my career since I left home.
Can I tell? I can tell if she's lying.
Are you close to us talking?
I can hear. I mean,
Oh, she's lying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting when you start asking who's lying in all these conversations. You can't pick them all up.
Right.
But you can start being like, who's lying to these people?
Yeah, I can tell Lyra's lying to Vez and not lying to Nux
She was lying to Nux
about wanting to get in that
Scavenging.
sack.
for scavenging,
Yeah.
in quotes.
Yeah, sure.
Never ever seen you at a different type of table before. This is the first time I've ever seen her at not a mahjong
No.
table. So that's really interesting, I guess.
She kind of coughs up her.
What are you here for?
I'm here to learn as much as I can from Cameron and Kaylin, and of course bid on some exotic equipment. What are you here for?
Helping.
She's like, who?
My wife, remember? Oh, shit!
Who? With a smirk, she's like, who's your wife here?
Look around the room. Vez is like, wait a second. Well,
Into the amulet, like I cough into my. Don't say me.
I'm looking.
Don't look at me.
You probably should roll sway, whatever you do say.
Yeah. God damn it. I hate when I'm put on the spot like this. What would Vez do?
Run.
Run.
Yeah,
no gun pulled yet.
I think you have some instincts that might
Yeah.
influence you here.
Yeah, I do. So his mouth is still full of meat. He's gonna start violently coughing. And like start to vomit.
Oh God!
I gotta get out of this situation.
All right, roll sway.
So I rolled 2 3s.
Lyra is about to. So this is the first time we can try to do the resist.
Okay,
sort of
yeah.
thing. So like you see on like the tip of her tongue that she is about to like start pointing. Like her eyes kind of drift towards where Iora is sitting.
I'm gonna projectile vomit in her face.
So you're gonna roll resist. So this will be with.
I would like to point out that I'm
Resolve.
very happy that Nux did not make the worst social faux pas of the night.
Yes, well done.
So I don't have any. I have 1 die and
So you'll roll 1 die.
But did she get a +1?
+1, so you get 2 die.
5 and 4.
So you take 1 stress.
Okay, but I vomit right into her eye.
Yeah.
Like she opened her mouth and the.
Yeah.
She's like, and like she kind of like
Splash zone.
yeah, exactly. She kind of like screams and stands up. Is like, "What is wrong with you?"
I ate too much meat. I'm sorry.
And she like takes a nap and like tries to clean off her face and starts walking towards the restroom.
Oh no.
The goblins are making a scene. I think if I were to be the goblin wrangler, now would be the time to take care of my goblin.
All right, so what do you do?
I'm going to excuse myself from. Believe I'm still. I'd probably
Was talking with Camber,
Talking
yeah.
with Camber, so I'll excuse myself. I'll get up and I'll pick up Vez by the scruff or whatever, and I'll walk over to Iora just to be like, Professor, I'm taking the specimen to the bathroom to clean them up because they're making kind of a scene.
Thank you very much, Gareth.
No problem. And then I head towards the bathroom
Yes.
as well,
Okay.
or the restroom.
Sure, yeah.
And then I will through the amulet let Nux know that he's got incoming if he's actually made it to the bathroom.
Nux was gonna try and get lost.
We'll see what happens. Tooms, you want to go or?
I don't really have much in the way of social skills, so I don't really see myself extracting much information.
Welcome to the jungle.
You know, we could do a group action here. Although our group is all split to pieces now, so
Right.
fuck it.
We could have.
The first round would have been the time for that. Although I think I could assist a teammate.
Yeah.
If I can fictionally make that happen. Or can we do a group action with less than everybody?
Yeah.
What's your goal or what are you trying to do?
Well, I mean, Toombs is struggling
Right.
to make small talk.
All right.
He's clear down there on the other end of the table's clearing out pretty quickly.
Yeah, there is now 4. It's literally like a T in the middle of the table.
Gone.
Here's what I'd like to find out. Is there a list of items that are going to be for sale this evening?
Oh, you can easily just talk to Cameron about that.
But I mean, do they have one? I haven't seen one.
Yeah. If you start inquiring, he'll tell you about that kind of stuff.
I'd like to take a look at the list.
Okay.
If I could.
Okay, so we don't need to do that because
All right,
this is like something that he would
Yeah.
want to give away
Yeah.
the information. He's like, yes, there is plenty of things. We've expended a good amount of it, but we still have a partially active, big cement-like block that generates a shit ton of heat, but with no fire.
What do you guys call it?
Wormstone.
Wormstone? That sounds good.
Okay.
A warm storm furnace.
The next one is like an electrical, just like electricity generator. It's like Tesla coils that you can have had a lot of wear on them, but they still work, kind of thing.
Conductotron.
Oh boy.
Another one, gems, but they've all been hollowed. So they don't quite hold the same value, but they could be useful for other people's magical things or what have you.
Gem sheaths.
Gem sheaths, yeah. What else do they have?
Well, what I'm really interested in is if they're selling the gem that we're looking for. Is there any indication that anything in there is the thing we're looking for?
He does not. The only thing that possibly could be is like in the gem sheaths.
It would seem to me it would be hard to hollow that out.
Yeah, probably.
Tanny's spirit cage.
Whoa, that sounds cool.
It's like an 8x8x8 cube made of quartz crystal. Like quartz crystal, like a lattice that's capable of holding a spirit intact so that you may study it.
Cool. Yeah.
Penumbral umbrella.
What does that do?
It's an umbrella.
Yeah.
But, like, you open it and it's like magical darkness that it covers whoever's holding it.
Actually, yeah, that would be useful.
And it's kind of like, so like it could let like a vampire or something walk outside.
Right. Cool.
I would like if it was just for a regular umbrella.
There's definitely like a room full of just reagents for alchemies and stuff like that, for sure.
Basically, I'm looking for some dissection tools.
Yeah.
He's like, this will all be available during the auctions and, knowledge transfer.
Excellent.
Or not knowledge transfer, but like, the opportunity for a tour and stuff like that.
They all gonna get brainwashed.
Iora, DeMarco came up to you and said that stuff and walked away. And then Kaelin is the one. I thought you said you weren't studying those two.
No, I'm not studying those two. You can see that they've acted out and behaved in terrible ways, and I have yet to take notes.
Kaelin kind of squints her eyes and she's like, I see.
Studying right now.
You should be more honest.
I should be more honest? I think you should be more honest.
You haven't talked to me yet.
Your button says that you heart meat, yet your plate is half full.
I'm a slow eater. I think we're on the second course. Sorry, since we're on the.
Sure.
Have you been eating a lot?
I've been politely eating. It's not polite to completely finish your plate. You should leave a couple bites, as is the custom of the high society. But no, I will ask Archer. Archer, have you heard any falsehoods escape from my mouth this evening? Because I'm not aware of any.
I don't know.
So there you have it, Kaelin.
I see.
Unless you're going to sit here and call Archer a liar, I think you owe me an apology.
She's like, I am sorry.
Your apology is accepted. This is a lovely party. I appreciate the invite.
Oh, thank you. I try. It's a very special occasion, and we need business. And Sonia picks up too. He's like, oh, yes, it's a very good meal. Kaelin, you're a fantastic host.
Indeed, Bill. You understand, Bill. Guys like us, we just try to make it through the world, and people throw all kinds of falsehoods and rumors our way to try to bring us down. But that's not what we're about, Bill. We're friends like us. We're close. We just want to enjoy a nice night and learn about the research that's been conducted here.
Absolutely. There's so many exciting things that I want to see, Kaelin, and I think it would be great if we can work something out. With Dr. Chink Clangley, he seems so smart, and I think there's a lot of benefit for all of us to work together to make sure we all have a great transactions tonight in knowledge and commerce.
And I'll propose a toast to our host Kaelin and to a wonderful evening of friendship and shared interests.
And they're like, toast. They all toast you. Every single person is lying except for Starcher, Kaelin, and Cameron.
Oh, every single person is lying
at the table
except for Starcher, Kaelin, and Cameron.
Yeah. What you were toasting towards?
Okay.
They all were like, yeah, but they're all lying.
So okay. Yep. Duly noted. That's great.
Shall we go to the bathrooms then?
Yeah.
Sure, let's go to the bathrooms now that Iora knows almost everything.
We're in a nest of vipers, yeah.
Next, you go to the bathroom, or you find the bathroom.
Yeah, well, my plan was really to just kind of get out of there. Is there...
Like you really weren't looking for the bathroom, you were just looking to go?
Like a little bit.
Earn a little bit?
Yeah, really. I mean, before we
Because you have two Matildas to support now.
God, I gotta get double stash. Before we even got in here, I was planning on sneaking in through a window or something, and then I got roped into going in the front entrance, having to get a fake name. I'm gonna go steal some shit.
All right, so you just walk right past the bathrooms, kind of.
Yeah, good to know where those are.
Okay.
And
go ahead and give me a prowl.
That's 2 6s.
You lose a stress.
I have no stress.
You're -1 stress.
because I tried it
super
out last
relaxed.
time.
Right. Roll me a d6.
People are like, what's the sack doing floating about?
That's a 1.
Go to this random room, pretty much. Pretty much past the bathroom. Boom, open up a door, and you come to this very nice, fancy room. It has, really tall windows, big curtains. There's a bookshelf that runs one of the walls, the whole up and down. There's a large rug on the floor that's not the prettiest compared to some of the other rugs around the periphery of the room. But on this large rug is this big concrete stone.
That's uncomfortably warm.
So do you get close to it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's warm.
Like, how big are we talking?
Probably
Like, how many cinder blocks?
I was thinking it's like 10 by 4 by 10.
Jesus.
So it's 4 high and 10.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That's a unit.
That is a unit.
An absolute unit.
An absolute unit.
Well, that's cool. Not a whole lot I can do with that one.
Put it in your pocket. Put it in your sack.
Is it hard like a normal stone would be? It doesn't.
But you can tell, like, if you're looking at the top, you can tell a whole bunch of stuff has been roughed up because there's been stuff on it.
Grilling.
Sure.
Use it to keep your food warm.
Well, I was gonna try and break off a piece, but that seems unlikely. It's not like I have a pickaxe on me.
I guess we can leave you there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you two are walking to the restroom.
Right.
So following behind Lyra, possibly, because if I got vomited on, I would go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
to
So you
wash
could
off.
probably you two probably see Lyra go into the men's restroom.
And since I'm carrying Vez, I'm going to hold up Vez and say, you want, is that a friend of yours? I heard you two
No.
talking. Okay. So
She's not an archaeologist.
she's not an archaeologist. So she's
She's a
lying,
shit.
huh?
She's a shit player and a shit liar.
So you want to go in there and have a talk with her, or do you want to dodge her completely?
This would be a perfect time to kill her.
Because I have a hunch that Nux is trying to track down the crystal, and either we can go in there and have a friendly talk with her to get a full detail on what's going down, or
We should
can
probably-
hunt down Nux, whichever you want to do.
I wanted to kill her, I'm pretty sure.
You want
And must be crushed.
it must be crushed.
Must be crushed.
Not necessarily killed, but crushed. It's a pretty strong.
Humiliated.
So you would rather go in there with this?
Let's talk to Lyra.
All right, let's have a talk, and then we had to talk. Talk.
I'm going to the men's bathroom.
All right.
This is like Monster
Men's
Hearts 2.
bathroom. She's not going to the men's
She went
bathroom.
to she went
went to the
into
men's bathroom.
she went to the men's bathroom.
She went to the
Monster
men's bathroom.
Yeah.
That's the best bathroom scene.
You guys enter not too far after, and they're probably like water closets. So there are 2 water closets and a sink. You can tell that the water closet directly on the entrance is already open. There's no one in there, and you see her like opening up the second water closet and with like a disappointment face on her, like she's disappointed in her
Gross.
face.
Okay.
Isn't it? Oh, she's disappointed.
Yeah, she was looking for Nux.
Gross.
She's scavenging for that sack. Oh.
Yeah.
Covered in vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's covered in vomit. What do you two do?
I could throw.
Got the. I'm gonna throw me at her.
Yeah, like a fastball, or what was this? Fastball special, or whatever they call it.
So I go, hey,
And then
looks.
chuck Fez at her face or something.
I was not expecting that.
I'll throw Fez at
All
her,
right.
at her
What are you
face
doing
against-
as you're being thrown?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting it. And then I'll grab her
Okay.
face.
Sure. Brawl?
Feels pretty brawly.
Yeah.
Skirmish.
I don't have anything in skirmish, so to take lowest,
Yeah.
a 1.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I resist?
Controlled standard.
Where's
so
Ig when you need him?
If you fail, you're not gonna.
Yeah,
you're
okay.
I'm just dropping you down to risky now. I'm not gonna do anything else.
Okay, so do I
So
know?
DeMarco throws you, and you hit Lyra and just fall on the floor right in front of her.
Softball special.
Yeah.
Oh, I vomit on her feet.
What happened?
What the fuck, Vez?
What are you doing in here?
the fuck are you doing here?
I'm going to the bathroom. I'm sick.
What the fuck are you really doing here with your your wife out there?
I want to know what you're doing in here, archaeologist Lyra.
Just trying to figure something out before something goes bad.
Are you here for Beryl?
She looks really confused. She's like, no, that's just a game.
What?
Yeah, this is a game. That's not my real job.
What's your real job?
Another time.
No, now's a good time.
Go command and say, I'll tell both of them to shut the fuck up. So I got a 3 and a 1.
Gee.
That was risky standard. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I like
Okay.
how Vez is demanding information from Lyra while laying at her feet, throwing up on her shoes.
The hostility between these two overpower my ability to command them.
Yeah, you're kind of like, shut the fuck up. But like, as you kind of like raise up your hands and stuff, like Lyra's like, and brings out a pistol.
No! My worst
Like, and
nightmare.
she didn't pull the trigger, but she is now pointing at you, and you're in a desperate position now.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to Tales from Moxbury. If you liked what you heard, you can find more at geekspective.com and on Twitter at geekspective. You can also find me on Twitter at EvilDMJosh if you're interested in geeky tweets. This episode was edited by Rudy Basso. He can be reached on Twitter at Rudy Basso for all your podcast needs. If you'd like to support Tales from Moxbury, you can become a patron at patreon.com/geekspective, or write a review on iTunes instead, or just tell a friend. Thank you for listening. See you all in 2 weeks.